let's go to Alexandria. Before everything, I will always tell you to go to the support.go Alexandria, not only when you need support or you don't understand something, whether you don't understand something or whether you're looking for an answer or you have an error. I think it's very important for you to come to Alexandria support website so you can just browse through, learn more about it. We have, let's go to operations that we are going to be seeing today. And you'll be able to see that we have even workshops. So we have some videos if you want to remember how to do something, or if you just want to learn a new tool, you can always come to the support.go Alexandria here, and you'll be able to reach everything. Again, I'm always available if you want to practice. So you can call me through my email and I will be able to reach you and we can have a great session together. Let's go here. I will go to my librarian area. Is the connection better right now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the dashboard area. As we all know, the inside of Alexandria, we saw circulation, we added items already, we added patrons, but right now we're going to operations with the new look area. So here, as you can see, we have some tools. We have the report tool, we have the labels tool, the notice, and utilities. We can always see import and export, but this is a further learning lesson. So because of it, I think it's important for us to have mainly one session only for it, because it's a tricky part. Not really tricky, it's very easy, but you need to pay attention to what you're doing before acting. So I think it's very important for us to see it on the side only for it. So let's begin with the reports that we all know are very important. They have the new look. If you click reports and you want to create a new report, you go here to the lock, as we do in all of the areas of Alexandria in the internal area. This is for you to not erase something you don't want to, or maybe not to change anything. And always just always remember to unlock before acting. Right now we have here the ad reports, and if you remember the other the previous version of it, it was a different area. It wasn't so it didn't look like the ad items or patrons as it looks now, so it's easier for us to add and create new reports or see the schedule once. This one is easier for you to use. So let's click add a report. And now my favorite part. Now you can see exactly the report you're looking for. So before, we would have only the name of it, not a description. So this way you can see the reports you have available and also what they do, how they will look like, and what information they will have in the report. So this is a very nice one. Let's take an example. So activity summary. So view library activities, visits as recorded via activity add-on and everything else. So you'll be able to see a description of what will be there. For the reports, we have the patrons ones. So as you can see, we have some here. We have the title ones, so usage and information. We will have the copies, so information about the copies. Labels, well, you can create your labels here, but now we have an area only for it. So I would suggest you to not use the reports to create the labels, but use the new area to do so. And some special steps. We have some reports for circulation, so you can have information about the circulation. I don't know if you remember, but every time you circulate something, you have the data saved, and here you can have this data on a report. We'll have the charge and payments, notices, and reservation. Notices you also have a special area for it that I would suggest you to use there because it would be easier for you to have it. But today, let's go to patrons. For example, I want patron information. As you can see here, those are the three ones we have. Well, patron counts, not what I'm looking for right now. See the statistics showing how many patrons belong to a select group, not what I'm looking for right now. So view a list of basic patrons information. I think that's the one I'm looking for today. Maybe my principal asked me for it. Maybe I want to see those information for my students. So this is how it will look like. Before, you didn't have a preview of what would be looking like. Well, you didn't have a preview of how your report would be looking like, but now you do. So you can click here in example, and you'll be seeing exactly what information is here right now. So this is the beginning of everything. Let's suppose this is just a draft. I haven't browsed through any parts of the report area, neither select the information I really want. So, and let's start doing that. Here in overview, you will be able to see the basic steps. You can add notes to this report. You can choose the length of it. So if you want something very detailed, you can find it. If you want something brief, you will be able to find it too. As you saw before, let's do it again, detailed. Even the patron picture will be added here. Let's go to selection where the magic happens, because here you will select the information you want in your report. So here you can choose the patron status. So right now I want only the active, but if you want a card lost, suspended students, maybe you want to see how many students are suspended or which students are suspended, you can see here. You can see the ones that just got transferred. You can see it too. The ones that are inactive, you can also see. And you can choose other if you want to create your own information for the report. Right now, I will choose the active ones. So here I have patrons in security group. This one is in the preference area, which we will be seeing the next session we have. So right now I would choose, let's see, team by manager. I would choose a student aid here. So here we will have actually, I prefer leaving it any since mine is a demo. Some of it may not work, so let's keep it any group. But as you saw, you can choose district administrator, librarian, library staff, library aide, student aide, self-service, textbook. You can choose the one you prefer. But right now, just because mine is a demo and we are trying to avoid any error, we will use as any group. We have the patron policy, so you can choose include or exclude, and then let's choose here. Then you can select which one exclude. So let's suppose I want a report, but I don't want my staff to be included in it. So you click exclude, and that way you'll be able to exclude your staff from that report. But right now, let's leave as any policy, and it should. Okay, let's just include now here. Okay, clear. And leave at any policy. Here you can choose the homeroom. So patrons from second location or homeroom, and then you can choose which homeroom you want to select. So right now I will leave at any. You can choose their grades. So maybe I only want elementary and I can choose it. But I will leave it like that just because mine's a demo and we're trying to avoid errors. You can choose the time they were added. So let's suppose you're looking for the students that were added after the maybe the Christmas break, the festivity break, you can come here, select a time range, and that way you will be able to see only the students that were at maybe in December or maybe in November. That's how you can do it. We can come to options and you can choose the format as we had before, detailed or brief. I will leave it brief because I don't want to see their pictures and just the names and everything else. It will work for me. And you can choose to sort by last name, or you can choose their barcodes if they have, if you prefer having their barcode number instead of their names. You can choose first names, you can choose homeroom, grade, policy, and student number. Here in Save To, you will be able to save your report right now. So you can choose the protocol. You can choose the host. So here usually you add your Alexandria website URL. Same thing here for the path, just for you to know from where it's coming. And you can choose your username or password if you prefer to save in your collection. But let's come back here to overview because we have something important. Right now, I have everything everything that I want select to my report to be ready to run. But let's suppose I want to schedule it. I want it to be running monthly. So I can come here to schedule. I select the frequency. So I want it to be monthly created. So I choose the date of the month that it will be created. So maybe in the 4th. And you can choose also the time. Maybe if you want something to be ready by the date you come, like you're going to the school, you want everything ready, I would select maybe to be done at night. So maybe you need this to the 4th, like you need it like in urgent matter to the 4th. So I would select the 3rd instead of the 4th. And I would choose like here 8 o'clock p.m. instead of a.m. because as soon as you get to your classroom, you will be able to see your report there ready for you to use. Also, if you come down here, as you schedule it, you'll be able to select to be notified as soon as the report is ready for you to well, have it to select. So you can have your email. Just like that. And then we come down here and we click run. Save and run. Okay. You can add this as your favorite. So as you can see here, your favorite will be always highlighted and you'll be able to see. And if you want to share this area or maybe, well, if you want to share this area and show your, maybe your principal that the report is running, you can always click share, right? Let's lock it. Now for you to see the report you just created, you can come here to operations. And here it is. Now we click PDF and we will download the PDF. And here we have all of my students with the information I chose. And well, that's one of the reports we can have. Well, this was one for only for the students. Do you guys want to see something for the copies or the titles? Yes, all right, perfect. Let's go to the copy area. Here we have it. So let's go to the reports as we are here. We unlock it again and we click add report. So right now, let's go to the copies. So maybe we want copy information. We can select the ones that we have here. So see basic copy information for selected copies, not what I'm looking for. Let's see if they have notes. Oh, maybe status. See your status. Well, when I say like not I'm looking for, I'm just pretending I'm on my daily managing my system. So this is how I'm just acting. But if you want something very specific that you want to ask me, I can always open it here and we can see it together. So the process is mainly the same. Here we'll have the example of what we're looking for. Right now it's looking like that.
Excuse me, Beatrice. I have
Sure.
a quick question. Okay, maybe you covered it and I missed it. So if the librarian would like to print something, where would they go? I mean, in terms of like, has it similar to copy? So where would you print?
Sorry, for what? I'm sorry.
So let's say if you have a document or whatever you're looking at, I guess you could print the report. But if there is something else that's in there that they want to print, where would they go to print? Or would they just use the print option on the computer itself?
It would be only, not only, but it would be easier for you to use the computer itself because you will download it. I will do
Mm-hmm.
the same process again so that you can
Mm-hmm.
see. But as soon as you download the PDF, here you can print.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem. I will show you again how to run it and how to download it, so we don't have any questions in that area. Thank you so much for your question. So this is one of the copies. I will actually change this one because since mine's a demo, it doesn't run like a real library, and I really want something that will be looking good and that will be seeing real report. Copies again, information. I will go to copy information, the general ones. Okay, so as you can see here, now we have a complete uh, report here. So this is an example of how it's looking right now, but let's start seeing how I want it to look. So here we can change the status as we did with the other patrons. Here we have the availability. Let's choose the policy, but I will continue with the any policy as we did before. So here we have the include and exclude that you can do the same thing as we did before with the staff. Oh, I don't want my staff here. I can choose include or exclude. In this case, exclude, and then select the group you want to include or exclude. So we have copies from the location, but you can have copy shelving. You can have vendor or founding source. I would leave in any policy, as I said before. It doesn't run like a normal library. So here we have the copy location again. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the same one. Sorry. Here we have the median. So median is usually for you to know the kind of book you have. So maybe you have a online book. You can choose here electronic book, or if you're looking only for the physical ones, usually I mark only as book when I add them, and I can choose it here, the median of it. You can choose the call number range, but I will leave it blank just to make sure it will run right. But you can choose.
Beatrice,
So,
sorry
okay.
to, sorry to, sorry to interrupt you again. Is it possible for the librarian to rename book to physical book so that, so it might be just easier for them?
Yes, actually, in this is just mine. Is the way I choose to live in mine. But Alexandria is entirely customizable. So when you
Mm-hmm.
are adding your book, you can always change to your medium to the one that you prefer. So if you in your library you prefer to manage it as physical book or maybe only FB or something, you are able to change your medium the way you prefer.
Thank you.
No problem. So call number, all right. Here we have the copies added, so you can see only the ones that were added in that time. Maybe you had entire collection coming in November, and you want to see only those books. You're able to see it through here. You can see the copies that were inventoried, if you prefer, and also select the date that they were inventoried. Let's go to options right now. So again, the format, if you want it brief, you can have it brief. But if you want detailed or a summary of everything that happened with that book, you are able to do so. And here you can choose the sort by. So if you prefer it by call number, maybe you prefer column barcode, author, copy location, or shelving, you can always choose title. Title is a very good one, and I will change it to title because it's easier. And here save the same thing, protocol, host, path, username, and password, if you prefer saving it like that to a different website or to your computer or something. So going back to the overview, since now I'm sure it's looking like what I'm, well, not sure, but I select the options for me to have the information I want. I would check here if it's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so now I have the title, the barcode, the use. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Again, here you can change how you want it to be looking like. And I want to schedule it to be daily. Not daily, daily is too much. Let's see weekly created. And I will choose the timing again. So this one I want to be created during the classes. So let's see at the beginning, maybe 8 o'clock and AM. And now we click save. And now we will do the path we talked before. We go to operation area. And here, where is it? Okay, 1 second. Let's go to the report again. Information. Okay. Run. Okay. Now I think it's working. Let's see here. Operation. Okay, now we went. So we are waiting for it because it's in process. Since I didn't specify anything, I was leaving it entirely through my library. It may take a while as it had before, but usually they are very quick when you select everything that you want. So here's PDF. As you saw, I just clicked PDF and we downloaded. It's the only thing. If you click this one, you will have a brief information about it, but it's not your report. So every time you click here and you feel like, oh, it's not what I was seeing before, it's just because it's informing how it went, the timing, and everything else. But if you want to see your report, it's clicking PDF. So I will come here to see my report. Let's see if it looks like what I was looking for. Okay, it does. So if I want to download it to my computer, you can do it. But if you want to print it, you just click the printer in your computer, and that's how you do it. Do you have any questions in that area? Okay, I don't think so. Can we move on to the next one?
Yes.
So, okay. The next one we will be seeing is labels. If you use this area in Alexandria before, you will be able to remember that it was through the reports, but it's very easy for you to create your own labels through here. So let's click labels, and you will see that it looks like the ones the one I just presented, the report area, and also the add items and patrons. So it's very easy for you to use it. So here we are, and click add able. Okay, so here we have the patron labels, the copies, reservations, and special labels, and legacy, which is usually the ones that you save. One thing that is very important, I hope you guys are paying attention. So, because we will have some questions later to see if everybody's good with it. So, right now, pay attention to this area. So, patrons, copies, reservation, special, and legacy when you have some frequently done and saved labels. But right now, I want copies because we know they are the most important ones. You can have with your barcode, you can have only the main information just for you to select everything. But right now, I would choose these barcode labels here. And as you can see here, you can see a description of how it will be looking like, which information will be added to the platform, to your labels as soon as you print them or create them. Right now, I want a simple one. You can choose the size too, as you can see here. And I want this one. So I will select the one I want and click create. It looks almost exactly like the reports we had before. And as you can see, this is something bad for me for the labels area is amazing because you can see how they are looking like while you're creating them. Because sometimes you would select everything and then only after you would notice that you forgot to select something or you forgot to add an information. Right now, you can do it quickly, just checking to see if everything is there. Now let's click the selection. As we did with the reports, you run with it. So copy status, you can choose the copy policy, copies from location, and you can have the copy shelving, vendor, or founding source. You have here the
You,
median, as we discussed before. We said before, I will only select the books. Since, well, this is the best idea if you want like a maybe a label for something. Usually the physical ones are more easier for it to have. Let's suppose like that. It's more needed. It needs more of than the electronic ones. But let's suppose you have tablets that you share with your students. You can come here and select maybe electronics, and you'll be able to have a barcode for them too and a label. So here you have the call number range and the copies added. You can choose again because maybe all of your books have a label already, but you just want for a label for the new ones. Here's how you do it. You just come to copies edit and you choose the date range. We can come to options here too. And that's the nicest part. You can select exactly how you want your label to be looking like. You can even choose the color. So let's see, call number. So right now I chose that here this area is call number, but if you don't want to, you can come here and choose the data you want it to be. So here right now I want the call number, but if I wanted my copy location, I would be able to edit here, just choosing the data one there. Maybe I prefer having the genre. I can also choose here. So I will go back to the one I was before because I prefer having my call number. It's easier for me to find my books in my library. Here you can choose the size. Okay, right now this one we cannot choose the size, but it's because while we were selecting which one we were looking for, we already selected the size. This one it's written like labels through to 4 or something, and the size is already chosen. Here you can choose the center, so you can choose the location of it. So I want this call number to be in the right area. Oh no, it's not looking how I want it, so let's change to the left. Okay, for me it's not working, so let's change to the center. And now maybe I want something that highlights the call number. So I prefer it to be in red, so I can always see it the way that it is. Okay, now I think it may be looking like, okay, barcode image, okay, barcode number, something that I want. So title, okay, let's leave it very, very nice. And let's add it as red too, because I think it would look nice. You can choose to skip a number or something or a copy. So, okay, now I think it's looking like how I want it. Let's see an example of how it will look like. Okay, this one I don't want it to be scheduled, so I don't need to click schedule, but I want to be notified when it's ready. So I can add my email here and we can click run. Actually, save first, just to make sure everything's saved, and then let's click run. Here, and we go back to operations, just like we did with the reports. And as you can see here, we have it in process. While it's processing, I will start presenting the other area, which is notices. Those you can create notice that your students will receive. Maybe they are overdue, or maybe their due date is coming and they need to return their books. You can create this area and send it to your students. So you unlock, as we did before, click add notice, sorry. And here you can choose the notice you want to be sending to them. So here, account expiration, coming due item notice. That's the one I was looking for. So an example of how it will look like. You have the details of it. And here you select, again, the patron's status. You can add the patron item due. So you can select the day that you will be overdue or that they need to return. So you can choose the policy due, the homeroom, the grade. So you will only send it to one grade if you prefer. You have the circulation group code if you have a circulation group. So if you don't worry about it. Just leave it blank. Here you have the copies with policy off, just like before. So you can include or exclude a policy, a group of copies. The policies, again, we will be seeing it in the next session. So don't worry about it right now. It's very easy and very, easy to do. The thing is, it's easy for you to create. So here you can choose the format. So if you want to, for page, or you can choose here last name, grade. Let's try grade right now. You can have the patron's number or the board code. Right now, I think I want their number. If they need to replace the book they are due to return, here you have the show replacement cost. You can send here like what you want to be written in the notice. So the following items require your attention. Please contact the library as soon as possible. But if you want to change it, just click here and change the number. Let's click here, save, and also run. Okay. Then again, we come to operations, and let's start first seeing our labels that are ready for us to use. Here, it's how it's looking like. Those are the iPads one. Okay. So my books are here. So, and the games too, everything that I select there, it's here. And now I can print my labels, just clicking here in print. And then we can print them and add to our books, all right? Now we have the due notices, and you can see what was sent to the students. Here, this is how it's looking like, and they received a notice for that. Or maybe if you want to, you can print it and give it to them separately in physical. So, well, maybe they came to your library and they are trying to have another book, and well, you give them the book they are looking for, and you just add this information into their books so that they have. It's a way for you to do so. Okay. So here we have utilities. This one you can use, but usually, well, you don't use it a lot because usually you pay more attention to your cataloging area when you're adding your books. But mainly the utility will help you to change a massive thing to all of maybe a call number range of your books. Maybe you had something mistaken. mm, Sorry, you had something wrong when you added your fictional books and you want to change it. Here you can change maybe your uh, copy notes. Let's go to the copies that are easy so that you have a huge understanding of what I'm talking about. So maybe you chose a policy that is not what you're looking for. Here's how you will be able to change and see what you need to change. You will create kind of a report, but also you'll be able to change massively the information you have wrong in the area. So we only want to change something lost because maybe the books that were lost, you just received it, but you don't want to be adding as a different copy or anything else. And that's how you can just change maybe their status. And you can choose everything again. So here we have the ebooks, but well, since it's lost, let's see. They lost my nonfiction, and you choose just like we did with the reports, and then save again, and then we can click run. Okay, no problem. Okay, nonfiction here.
Excuse me, Beatrice. Could you
Sure.
could you just could you just quickly repeat if the book is lost and you need to restock or put it back in, what's the process that you go through to get that done?
Yes, in this example, we are changing the policy because I chose the policy, but maybe you want to change any other area of the book. So 1 second, let me just see here. Okay, you can choose to change it. Let's suppose your books are written as nonfiction, but you mistaken that. You were mistaken. And you want to change it because I chose the policy one. You can come here and you can choose like, no, I don't want nonfiction because that area is wrong. So I actually want it to be written as textbook instead of nonfiction. And then as soon as you run it, that policy will be changed. I was mistaken because I chose the last ones, but for you to change your status, the status of the book. So let's change to available so that anyone gets confused as I got. If you want to change the status, you need to choose the utility that says status instead of policy because I chose policy. I'm so sorry for that. It was my mistake. But here we have the policy and it's written wrong. My textbooks ended up being as nonfiction, and I don't want that to happen. And instead of going one by one, I want it to be changed massively. That's how you do. So you create here and you change policy too, and then you just save. And right now it's right. But you can change the last as soon as you select the right utility. I just select the wrong one right now to find what I was looking for. But you click run. What is happening?
Thank you. I have an additional question. Um, is
Okay.
there are there is there like anywhere on the website, like let's say for example, like how do you deal with a missing book? Like a short, like little guide sheet that librarian can print out and have like, in a folder or whatever next to them so that they don't have to call you every single
Oh,
time
okay.
they need to refresh something.
Like, yeah, for sure. Well, always in the report area. Sorry, no, not report area. Sorry. Here in the support area, you will always find a guide, very good one, very precise, that you can find exactly what you're looking for. So let's go example for utilities as we are seeing them right now. And here you have step by step of it, as you can see. Here, it would be easier. Well, I don't know if you were able to print it, but it's very quick for you to access. And these websites, you can always find through your cell phone, so you can have it there, or a tablet or computer. So any device that you prefer to look and make sure you know what you're doing. I will always advise you to go to the support center of Alexandria.
That has been very helpful. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, utilities. So we ran it. Let's go to operations to see if it's ready. Okay, completed. So this is just telling me that the details that were changed for those. And as you can see, this one is not exactly a report. So we don't have to download the PDF or anything. It just runs and you see which action you took. So what happened and why. So that's why you only have the information. So it was saved, if it was scheduled or not, which utility was changed. So this is how you check it. Right? So the main part and the ones that you will mainly use, we covered today, but I would like to ask you some questions. Let's see who answers first. Let's just have a dynamic here. So in labels, do you remember which kind of labels we can have uh, when we want to print? Like, I cannot give you tips, but do you remember which kind of labels you can have? Because you can have for particular, well, I'm giving tips. So I cannot say it, but can you tell me which kind of labels we saw today? Let's come here and see who answers first. Oh, okay, I'm seeing your question right now, Mrs. Greeny. Yes, you can. Maybe you select something wrong and you don't want that to be there, and you want to create a new one. So instead of you going through the entire thing that you did wrong, you can just revert and it will come back to the original area. So maybe you select everything wrong. It was not, maybe you got confused. It was not the report you were looking for. As soon as you revert, it comes to blank and you can select it again. Okay. Anyone wants to try to see which ones were added, which reports and labels were presented today, which kind of to a particular group, maybe? Yes, we saw barcode labels. That's right. Those barcode labels, should they have a group, like maybe only for? Oh, I'm giving tips, like for items, or do you have any other type besides the labels for the books? Yes, exactly. That's the kind of size we are talking to about. Sorry, that's exactly that. Well, yeah, I changed it, but well, that's an answer that's good too. But what I was referring to is the kind of labels we can have, and I will show you again. So here you can have for patrons, copies, reservations, special, and legacy. I even told you guys like this part will be a part of a question. So, but that's okay. It's great to hear, and it's great to see that I can show you again. So you can have for patrons, copies. You can have for reservations. This one you will rarely use because it's usually when your students have a reservation. But usually you can have like library cards for your patrons. You can have for your copies, as I showed you before. But barcodes, that's really one of the ones we have here, but only for the copies. It was great, although it was a good option and it was a good answer. You were paying a lot of attention. Thank you so much. So, okay. Oh, it opened. Okay. So for the reports, do you remember which type of report we can have? Notices. That's right, Mr. Ramala. You're completely right. We have this. Overdues policy, yo, that one you guys were ready to answer. That's perfect. So, well, I'm seeing that you guys paid a lot of attention right now, and I'm very, very, very happy for it. So, if you have any questions, I'm here. If you want to contact me through email to ask the questions, that will be, yeah, Patreon. That's perfect. If you want to contact me anytime, I will be able to schedule a training meeting if you need to. Maybe you have your own challenges and you want to share with me so we can do it together. I'm always here to help. And well, you can always contact me if you're having any trouble with any platform. I will always be in contact with the support team and make sure that everything works fine. And well, I'm always here to help. And if you have any questions through now, I'm here. All right. And well, that was it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed your time with me.